Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Talk English. I'm Emily.
And I'm Jack. We are so happy to be with you today.
Jack, you look very professional today. Are you going to a job interview?
Actually, Emily, I just finished a meeting. I tried to impress my boss by saying, I've been working like a supervisor for 3 years.
Oh no, Jack, you said that? What did your boss say?
He just looked at me strangely and said, Jack, if you are a supervisor, why are you saying you are like one? I felt so embarrassed. I thought like and as were the same thing.
And that, my friends, is exactly why we are here today. Listeners, have you ever felt that heat in your face when you use a small word and everyone looks at you like you said something crazy?
It's the worst feeling, Emily. It's just 2 letters, A-S. How can 2 letters cause so much trouble?
Because AS is a magic mirror. If you use it correctly, you look like a leader. If you use it wrongly, you look like you're just pretending.
A magic mirror? Explain that to me. I don't want to look like I'm pretending anymore.
Think of it this way. Like is a mask. You use it when you are comparing two different things. Like when you say, he runs like a tiger. He is not a tiger, he is just fast.
Okay, I get that. So what is AS?
AS is the truth. It is the identity word. When you say, I work as a manager, you are telling the world, this is who I am. This is my reality.
Oh, so when I told my boss I work like a supervisor, I was accidentally telling him that I am only acting or pretending to be one?
Exactly. You were telling him you are a copy, not the original. And this is the identity trap that stops many intermediate learners from reaching the professional level.
Wow. One small word changed my whole identity in that meeting. Listeners, are you hearing this? We aren't just learning grammar, we are protecting our reputation.
Precisely, Jack. And today, we are going to break down the 3 secret lives of the word AS. We will show you how to use it for your job, how to use it to give gentle reasons, and how to describe time in motion.
Time in motion. That sounds like a movie scene.
It is. And by the end of this episode, you will never have to guess between AS and like ever again. You will speak with the authority of someone who knows exactly who they are.
I'm ready to stop pretending and start being real. Where do we go first on this journey, Emily?
We go to the golden rule of roles and jobs. But before we do, I want to ask our listeners a question. Think about your job or your role in your family. Do you say, I speak to my children like a father or as a father?
That's a deep one. If I say like a father, am I saying I'm just a neighbor who is being nice?
Exactly. You see how much power is hidden in these 2 letters? Stay with us because in the next part, we are going to dive into the professional power of AS and how it can change the way people respect you at work.
Let's do it.
Okay, Jack, let's get down to business. We need to talk about the authority word.
The authority word? You mean as has the power to make me sound more powerful?
Absolutely. In the professional world, as is the word of duty and responsibility. Think about this scenario. You are in a meeting and you want to give your opinion. If you say, I think we should change the plan, it's just your opinion. It's weak.
Right, it sounds like I'm just guessing.
But if you say, as your project manager, I recommend we change the plan, everything changes. Suddenly, your words have weight. You're speaking from your position, not just your head.
Wow, so as is like wearing a professional uniform made of words?
Exactly. It tells the listener, listen to me because I have the experience. Now, listeners, pay attention to the copycat trap. Many learners say, he speaks to me like a boss.
Is that wrong? It sounds okay to me.
It's grammatically correct, but the feeling is different. If you say he speaks to me like a boss, you are saying he is not my boss, but he is acting bossy or rude. But if you say he spoke to me as a boss, you are accepting his authority.
So like is for behavior, but as is for status.
Bingo! You've cracked the code, Jack. Now, let's look at the second secret life of as. I call it the gentle bridge.
The gentle bridge. That sounds very poetic, Emily. What do you mean?
Have you ever noticed that native speakers use as instead of because?
Yes, I hear it in movies all the time. As I was walking home, I saw him, or as I was busy, I couldn't call. Why do they do that? Isn't because enough?
Because is a heavy word, Jack. It's like a hammer, it's very direct. Sometimes when you want to be polite or professional, you need a softer bridge.
So if I say I couldn't finish the report because I was sick, it sounds like a raw excuse.
Exactly. It feels a bit defensive. But if you say, as I was feeling a bit unwell yesterday, I couldn't finish the report, it sounds more like a professional explanation. It flows like water. It doesn't hit the listener's ear like a rock.
So as is smooth and because is rough.
Precisely. High-level English is all about choosing the right texture for the right person. Now, listeners, I want you to try this professional polish with us. Instead of saying, because it's raining, we should stay inside, try saying,
As it is raining, we should stay inside. It sounds much more sophisticated.
it does. It makes you sound like a master of the language, not just a student. But wait, Jack, there is a danger zone we haven't talked about.
Oh no, not another trap. What is it?
It's the double time mistake. People try to use as to mean during, but they get the timing all wrong.
You mean like, as I will go to the store, I will buy milk.
Exactly. That is a grammar crash. As is for simultaneous harmony. It's for two things happening at the exact same heartbeat.
Simultaneous harmony. You mean like a dance?
Yes, as I was talking, she was smiling. The two actions are married. They are moving together. If you use as for things that are not happening at the same time, you confuse the listener's brain.
Okay, I'm starting to see the map. As for identity, as for gentle reasons, and as for harmony in time.
You're doing great, Jack. But now let's move to the next level. I call this the balance scale.
The balance scale? Are we talking about math now?
Not math, but visual logic. Have you ever noticed how native speakers use as to show that two things are perfectly equal? Like when someone says, this phone is as expensive as a car.
Oh, yes, I see that as structure everywhere. It's like a sandwich with the adjective in the middle.
Exactly. But here is where the professional strategy comes in. Most learners only use it for simple things. He is as tall as me. But if you want to sound like a leader, you use it to compare situations and results.
Give me an example of a leader sentence, Emily. I want to upgrade my vocabulary.
Imagine you were talking about a project at work. Instead of saying, this project is very important, you say, this project is as critical to our success as the one we finished last year.
Wow, that sounds so much more convincing. It's not just an adjective anymore, it's a benchmark.
Precisely. You're using as to create a mental map for the listener. You're connecting the unknown, the new project, to the known, the old success.
Excited. So, as isn't just a word, it's a tool for persuasion.
Exactly. Now, let's look at the negative power of this structure. What happens when two things are not equal?
I guess we just add not. This is not as good as that.
Yes, but listen to the social magic here. In English culture, we hate being direct when we criticize something. If I say, your idea is bad, I'm being rude.
Ouch. That would definitely hurt my feelings.
But if I say, your idea is not as strong as your previous one, how does that feel?
It feels helpful. It sounds like you still believe in me, but you're just asking for more.
That is the diplomatic secret of as. It allows you to say no or it's not good enough without destroying the relationship.
This is incredible. So, as is the secret weapon of polite managers.
It really is. It's about relative reality. Now, listeners, I want you to look at your own life. Think about a goal you have. Maybe your English today is not as fluent as you want it to be yet.
I love that yet at the end. So I can say my speaking is not as fast as a native speaker, but I'm learning.
Perfect, Jack. You're using the balance scale to show progress. But wait, there's one more shadow use of as that appears in formal documents and high-level speeches.
A shadow use, that sounds mysterious.
It's when we use as to mean in the way that, like in the famous phrase, as I mentioned before, or as per our agreement.
Oh, those phrases always make me feel a bit stressed. They sound so formal.
They are formal, but they're legal protection. When you say, as agreed, you're reminding the other person of a promise without calling them a liar.
So it's a polite way of saying, don't forget what you promised.
Exactly. It's the memory word. And in the final part of our journey, we're going to look at how to combine all these secret lives of as into one powerful conversation.
I'm ready. I want to see how the dream, the journey, and the authority all come together.
Okay, Jack, imagine you are in a high-stakes meeting. Your reputation, your job, and your future are all on the table. You need to use as like a professional sword.
Okay, I have my sword ready. What is the situation?
Someone in the meeting says your plan is too simple. They are trying to make you look weak. How do you use as to defend yourself?
I could say, as the person who designs this plan, I can tell you it's simple because simplicity is the goal.
Brilliant. You used as for identity and authority. But let's add more weight. Use it for comparison and gentle reasoning in the same breath.
Okay, let me try again. As I have been studying this market for months, I know that this plan is as effective as any complex strategy we've used before.
Jack, that was perfect. You connected the experience, been, with the authority, as, and the balance, as.
I felt it. I felt the power shift in the room.
That is the feeling of fluency, Jack. But there is a ghost in the room, a ghost that scares even the most advanced students.
A ghost? What kind of ghost?
The ghost of as if and as though.
Oh, I hate those. They make everything sound so unreal.
They are for the imaginary world, Jack. When you say he talks as if he were the owner of the company, what are you saying?
I'm saying he's definitely not the owner, but he has a big ego.
Exactly. You are using as to create a parallel reality. And this is where the magic happens. You can use this to describe your feelings when words are not enough. I feel as though a giant weight has been lifted off my chest.
I actually feel that way right now. It's like as was a locked door and you just gave me the master key.
But Jack, a key is useless if you don't turn it. Listeners, are you ready to turn the key with us? Because many of you are listening to us right now and thinking, I understand everything, but I will forget it tomorrow.
That is the biggest fear, Emily, the memory leak.
That is why we have a secret mental anchor for you, a way to make as stay in your brain forever, even when you're stressed, even when you're tired.
A mental anchor? Is it a trick?
It's more than a trick. It's a psychological connection, and it involves a mistake that 90% of learners make without even knowing it. A mistake that makes them sound like a textbook instead of a human being.
90%? Am I making that mistake too?
We're going to find out in just a moment. But first, I want you to look at the word as one more time. Look at how small it is. 2 letters, 1 sound. But it carries your identity, your reasons, your comparisons, and your dreams.
I'm never looking at this word the same way again.
Good, because in the final part of our episode, we're going to reveal the hidden error, the one that separates the students from the masters.
Let's go. I want to leave the student room and enter the master's suite.
Okay, it's the as versus like trap in descriptions of action.
Wait, didn't we cover that? Like is for comparison, as is for identity.
For nouns, yes, but for verbs, actions, many learners say, do it like I told you.
Is that wrong? It sounds so natural. I hear it in pop songs and movies every day.
In casual street English, it's common, but in professional, high-level English, it's a red flag. If you want to sound educated and precise, you must say, do it as I told you.
Just because of that one word, as instead of like before a sentence?
Yes, because as is a conjunction. It connects 2 complete ideas. When you use as before an action, you sound like a leader who knows the structure of thought.
So, do as I say, leave them as they are, as I mentioned. It feels like I'm adding a premium layer to my English.
Exactly, Jack. It's the executive touch. And this leads us to the most important lesson of all today.
What is it, Emily?
Listeners, your English doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. The word as is about connection. It's about being real.
I feel that. Today, I learned that I can be a student, but I can also speak as a student who is becoming a master.
That is the most beautiful sentence you've said today, Jack. You are not just like a master, you are being a master of your own journey.
And to everyone watching, if you've been struggling with these small words, please don't give up. One day, you will look back and realize that these small steps were the bridge to your big dreams.
You are doing better than you think. Now we have a very special success task for you in the comments.
Yes, we want to see your authority sentences. Tell us your job or your dream. Write, I work as a, or I am learning English as a way to.
And we will read every single one. We want to celebrate your identity with you.
And if this episode made you feel more confident, if it helped you understand the magic of as, please hit that like button.
And subscribe to Real Talk English. We are as committed to your success as you are.
Nice use of the balance scale, Emily.
Thank you for spending your precious time with us.
Keep practicing, keep being brave, and we will see you in the next episode.
Goodbye for now.